We are back in the closet and we are sore. I'm sore.
I'm not sore. You're sore.
I'm in pain.
I put him through it yesterday. He agreed.
In the gym.
Yeah.
He put me through it in the gym.
In the gym. He agreed to give me 12 weeks with his bootay. Oops, sorry about that.
Sounds funny.
Well, 12 weeks to see what we can do to transform your glutes. Now, I'm not saying that 12 weeks is the magic time and you're going to go from what you have now to some big, huge bubble butt. That's not. I hope you don't have that in your mind.
I don't have it in my mind at all. I thought you were going to say, when you said, that doesn't mean, when you said that phrase, I thought you were going to say, that doesn't mean your booty isn't perfect already.
Nobody's is. Nobody's is. Everybody could use work. Everybody could use work. So you're giving me 12 weeks, and I put him through the first workout yesterday. And listen, ladies, I made him do what we do. All the exercises that guys are like, oh, that's what chicks do. That's a bunch of bull crap.
Let me tell you something.
You need to do it.
Let me tell you something. If that's what chicks do, then, good Lord.
We do. I even made him do the booty bands.
I did the bands.
A bunch
the
of
bands suck.
Abductions and donkey kicks and the dreaded glute raise.
I did the freaking dreaded glute raise, and my butt was cramping.
No.
It was cramping up. It's crazy.
You did a fraction of the weight I do.
Yes, I did.
A fraction.
I did. I did, 4 sets of 15 with 45s on each side?
Of the bar. Yeah.
Yes. And you do 2 45s and
a 25. That's my working set. But then on my very last set, or my last 2 sets, I try to just do as much as I can. And I'll do a couple sets of about 4 to 6 with 3 45s on each side.
Whoa.
I mean, I just want to flex on you for a minute.
Yeah, you can.
Just on you. Because it's the only exercise that I do heavier than you.
Well, there's probably some other leg exercises you do heavier than me, probably.
I doubt it. But his legs are hurting today. I asked him coming up the steps exactly where it hurts. He pointed to the exact spot I wanted it to hurt. So listen, if you need to, I'm going to do an Angie Fit squats and stuff commercial. If you need to transform specifically your butte or your lower body, I'm your girl.
Angie's all over it.
You don't even have to live here because I have an Angie Fit squats and stuff challenge online. It's very affordable. And I will send it to you. It's 12 weeks. And it's not a miracle. It's not a miracle. You got to work. It's hard work. And it's not magic. You got to do it. It's going to take more than 12 weeks, but it's a 12-week program, and then you just go from there.
I think it's a good 12-week program to help you commit to help you develop habits and learn the exercise, learn how to focus in on those
because
areas.
I feel like that people who want to grow a booty, who do not know really much about it, think that it's all about squats. Well, that's why my booty class is called Squats and Stuff. Thank you, Anna Wheeler.
Squats are important, but then the stuff's important too.
The stuff is way important. So, what is that stuff? You'd have to come to my class to find out, or join my challenge online. Okay, that's my commercial.
Good commercial.
So we're gonna document this. Jeff's gonna go through these workouts over the next 12 weeks, and we're gonna see what we can do. We gotta get a picture. You gotta get down in your skinnies.
I'll throw a thong on.
Okay, that's too far. That's over the line.
Thong.
That's over the line.
We want to get a good pic.
Let's just do boxer briefs and call it a day. How about that? Which brings me to not that, but you just hit on it a second ago. I posted a quote this morning on my social media, and it was a good one, I feel like. Let's talk about it for a second. Can we? Shall we?
I would love to talk about it.
Okay. The quote that I posted this morning on all of my social media says, intent reveals desire. Action reveals commitment. That was by Steve Maraboli. I don't even know who he is, but anyway.
Great reference there.
Shout out to Steve Maraboli. Maraboli?
Maraboli?
Maraboli. Good quote there, Steve. Intent reveals desire. So it's like when somebody says, I intended on working out today. Like
you want to.
You wanted to.
You want to.
You intended to. But did that get you anywhere? No. Action reveals commitment. You got to become committed. You got to put action behind the intent. It's like with anything, and you don't even have to. It doesn't even have to be with fitness. It can be in relationships. I mean, I intended to send her that sweet text.
Right.
I intended to give him a back massage before he went to bed. Well, none of that matters. I mean, you're not going to wake up the next morning and be like, you're supposed to give me a back rub. I know I intended to, but I forgot. Okay, that's.
I know. I really want to. But
I mean,
I just didn't.
Intentions are just kind of bullcrap, really, to be honest. It's really not the thought that counts.
No,
it's really not.
It's not the thought that counts, but the intent. When you talk about intentions or wants or what you know, what you need to do or what you should do, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't help for you to say, I wanted to take you out to dinner Friday night. You know what I mean? But
right. You didn't.
But I didn't.
There was no action.
I know we talked about it all week, and then I just ghosted. I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think when you say it's the thought that counts, I think that is true in some things. Like if, for instance, if it's Mother's Day and your child, almost forgot, so just went out and picked a flower out of the grass to give it to you to say happy Mother's Day. It's a thought that counts. They remembered, they went and did something. I think that's where it's like, yeah, they could have done more, maybe. But it's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought. Like, you wanted to take me to an expensive steak dinner, but we can't afford that right now, so you just took me out for pizza. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that you wanted to take me somewhere. I think that's what that means, right? It's not like I intended to take you to a steak dinner and then I did nothing.
But when you get into your goals, when you get into individual things, like whether it be goals for the year or for the week or for the day, of whether it be fitness, whether it be in your job, if you're sales, if you're wanting to hit this many goals, this many sales, or do this much in revenue this year, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? You can't throw it up on the board and say, I'm going to lose this much weight, or I intend to lose this much weight.
Mm-hmm.
There's the follow through, and the follow through comes. We've talked about it before, when it's hard.
Right.
When it's hard to get out of bed and
right.
you don't feel like it.
Right.
You don't feel like. That's when you've got to set aside the emotion.
Well, and that's what I said too earlier in the week. Where it's this week was really hard for me. I was unmotivated in anything. Those who are friends with me and close with me, I shared this with you. I just feel like this past week with this change coming up, I'm moving gyms and everything like that. I feel like that I've been in neutral. Like I feel like I'm just sitting here on a hamster wheel. And I'm working, but I'm not getting anywhere. Like I'm not doing. It's just weird. And my motivation has been very low. And that's what I said, on my social media this week. My motivation was at an all-time low. I feel like it. I have not been so unmotivated in a long time, and my anxiety was high. So there's two things right there that could have kept me from going to the gym, kept me from eating the meals I was supposed to eat, given me an excuse to I'm just not going to work out. I'm going to eat whatever I can get my hands on because I'm in this state of mind. But it's not. You're not always going to be motivated. You cannot depend on motivation to get you where you want to go in life. You have to depend on the habit and your commitment. So when motivation is gone, that's where your habits kick in. So Angie has a habit of going to the gym every day. Angie has a habit of eating this, and this every day. Angie has a habit of not eating crap and not letting things get in the way of her going to the gym. Nothing, hardly ever, gets in the way unless it's unavoidable.
It's called discipline.
It's called discipline, and it's called habit. It's really.
It is. It's
especially
habit,
for those who are habitual people.
Right. Yeah, if you're a habitual person. But, there's a habit. There's habit, but to create the habit, before that habit develops, whether it takes a month or 3 months, if you're just starting to work out or if you're just starting to do something, that before that habit is going to be a habit, you have to have the discipline.
Right.
Right? You have to have the discipline to say, this is what I'm going to do, whether I'm sick, whether I'm well, whether I feel good, whether I want to do it, whether something bad happens in my life.
Right.
Right?
And can I give you a little tip on how, because discipline is a learned behavior, okay? And if you're going to practice discipline, I think with fitness especially, they try to go too much too fast and get too overwhelmed, so therefore your discipline is not going to be there because it's just too much.
Absolutely.
So they say they go from excuse me, sitting on the couch doing nothing to saying, oh my gosh, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I'm seeing all these people on Instagram. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. What do I got to do? What do I got to do? Oh, okay. I got to work out 6 days a week. I've got to eat this many calories. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I got to go to the gym this many times. And when you're not used to that, you may be gung-ho for a couple of weeks, but what happens is you get burnout. It's too much too fast and you fall off. You cannot go from A to Z like that.
That's true.
You got to have all the other letters in between. And so that's why I try to get my people and my clients to just bite off a little bit. And that's why we have a consultation. Okay. That's why you sit down, because everybody's different. Okay. Some people can go balls to the wall and never look back. Actually, I had one person swear they wanted to go balls to the wall. I gave them my speech of don't do that. Let's just get into the gym. And then let's talk to, he's like, no. That's my kind of person. I'm going to do it all at once. And I was like, okay, so you're going to go from sitting in your office all day and never working out to coming to me 4 times a week, working out 6 times total, and you want me to write a meal plan for you too, and you're used to eating out every day? He's like, yes.
Too much change at one time.
Here's what happened. He said, I want to do it. 3 months. He did amazing. And he did it. But guess what happened?
He
relapsed. It was too much. He was getting overwhelmed. He was getting worn out. He was overtraining. He was overdoing it. He was over-restricting. Saw him not long ago, and things aren't really going very well. Okay? It's like worse than before he started with me. So my whole point is discipline, commitment. It's all kind of a learned behavior. So if you're going from the couch, you got to go slow. You know what I'm saying?
You've got to pace yourself. You got to go into something, and you've got to fall in love with it. It's got to become, it's just like a relationship too. You can't just find somebody. What was the guy I was talking to? Who was I talking to? That was telling me that his daughter, I remember now. His daughter was dating this guy, and she's in high school, and he said, my daughter's really, really beautiful. And I'm trying not to be biased, but she's just the girl in school that's really pretty. And she said this boy she liked, and he liked her, started dating her, and he was over the top. Mm-hmm. And she said that he constantly told her how beautiful she was. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, if she was at the house, he would tell her that every 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And she broke up with him eventually because after weeks, because she's like, it's exhausting. I don't want to hear that. I just want to be in a normal thing with somebody. Right. So I mean, that's like not a real great example, but the point is you can go too hard. Oh,
absolutely. Right? Absolutely. And most of the time it doesn't work. You have to build on it. You have to go chapter by chapter. Start at the beginning, start little. For most people, it's not like it's not the same way for everyone.
Well, the only way you're going to be successful with it, especially if we're talking fitness, is you've got to create. It's got to be a part of your lifestyle.
That's what I just said. It's got to be a habit.
Right. So you can't go for goals that you hit in 3 months and then let off the gas. You should be stepping the gas. You should be pushing on the gas. That way. You should be evaluating and saying, I need turned loose.
Right. And honestly, my favorite clients are the ones who come in and say, because I ask this question all the time, because during the consultation, are you a creature of habit? Are you a routine-oriented person? When they say yes, I'm like, okay, great. This is going to be easier. If they say no, I'm really not, then we got a different story, because it has to be a habit. It has to be a habit like you're brushing your teeth, like you're going to put on your clothes in the morning, like you're going to go to work. It has to be like that in order for it to work. Do you know what I'm saying? JMR, are you even listening to me?
I am.
Are you tuning me out as usual?
No, I'm not. Are you videoing me tuning you out?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, wow. I wasn't tuning you out. I was like zoning out. I don't know.
No, I get it. It's been a long week. But anyway, habit. That's basically what I'm saying. Habit turns into commitment, turns into discipline, turns into results. Intent, wishing, hoping, it would be nice. All that's bullcrap. You're wasting your time.
Or having the wrong expectations for your whatever you're going into. If you decide to get in this type of shape, having the expectations on a time frame. That's why they hire you. That's why they hire people that know what's going on and how it's going to work. It happens in my business too. You hire a guy that's going to eventually be commission only. So he goes in to negotiate, and they say, well, how much you need and how quick can you build it? Well, they tend to want him to get there in 2 years, right? So you give the guy, he's like, I want 80 grand a year. And then so he's got to make that up, because in 2 years they're going to cut him off. So he needs to be on commission in 2 years. Well, it's not realistic. It's not fair. And I consult people all the time when they say, I got to hire a new producer. I'm like, well, first of all, you got to evaluate what this guy's bringing with him to get to that number, that 80. And to get to that 80, it's going to be, he's first of all, 2 years is not that long when you start a job. He's going to start with you. He's got to understand your culture. He's got to build relationships with the team. He's got to, so he needs months to get that set up. Then he needs to be able to go out and sell comfortably, because what happens is a year and a half in, he's only 60% of his goal if he's doing good, and then he panics because he's going to be out.
Right.
He's going to get cut off. So he starts looking. He checks out a little bit and starts looking for another opportunity.
Right.
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 It's just expectations.
Right. I'm just looking. I'm sorry. I was zoning off. I was looking at your shirt. It's so funny that we're talking about commitment, and you're wearing a shirt that says "Healthy happens when commitment comes with a coach."
That is funny.
That wasn't planned, but it's true. Sometimes you need people to help you along the way.
You have to have.
That's
people
what
to
you're
help
there
you.
for in your job, and that's what actually, coincidentally, I'm here in my job for, is for help. Sometimes you can't do it alone, and that's okay.
Well, I don't think it's smart to always do it alone. I mean, you need to focus on what you've got to do, and let the person who does it for a living,
Right.
take care of all the stuff that you need taken care of, or whether it be building a plan and building a game plan, building the training sessions. You got to
Right.
build their meal plan. Of course, people are going to say, "Well, I can get online and I can do my own food plan. I can do my own training schedule.
Right.
I can put the workouts together." Well, yeah, but is that a good use of your time? Your time might be better used letting a professional, letting someone who's good at it, and after consulting with them, you know what
Right.
they need.
Right.
So you can put it together while they can go make money at their job, spend time with their family, do whatever they got to do
Right.
with their time.
But here's the thing with that, and that's all fine and good, and I do that. I put workout plans together for people. I put meal plans together for people. But guess what? They think I'm a freaking magician. Like, I can do that all day long, but still, at the end of the day, it's up to you to do the work. I can hold you accountable. I can call you out, but I can't do the freaking work for you. You got to do it for yourself, and that's where the problem comes in, because they think after after 3 months, well, I mean, I thought I was going to have more results than this. Okay, and you do know that you cancel at least one session a week with me, and you do know you said you'd go into the gym 2 more times not with me, and you haven't been. And what have you been eating? Oh yeah, that too. You haven't been following that. You can put a plan in front of you, but if you don't actually follow it and do it, it's not going to work. It's not going to work just because you paid for it. It is sitting in front of you.
That's right.
That's not how it works. You got to put the work in. Just like I put you through yesterday, that workout, it took a hot minute, but that's what it takes. It takes hard work. It takes some blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, I don't think you bled yesterday, but it's hard work. Am I right?
It is hard work.
Right.
But I've done leg days forever, but I've never done a leg day like that. And here's the deal. If I'm going to have a good leg day, I'm going to have you do it, and I'm going to have you hold me accountable, because
Right.
there's certain things that you cheat on.
Oh,
And
heck
leg day
yeah.
is what I cheat on. That's the day I just do the 4 machines, and I might do some lunges, and I might get crazy, and I might do some back squats.
Right.
Right? But I
Right.
don't do anything. It's usually short and sweet and fairly easy.
That's not going to get you nothing. Sorry. I'm just saying it's not.
I already know that. I'm just admitting that sometimes you need to hire somebody.
You got to get out of your
Get
comfort level.
If you want to get to that goal you're wanting to get to, then sometimes you just need to hire somebody.
Yeah, well, I mean, but we all need pushed in every areas of our life. I mean, even me, when I work out with other people, whether it's another trainer or just another person in general, you're going to push harder. They're going to push you harder. They'd be like, come on, Angie, you can put another whatever on there. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess I can. You know, we all are that way.
Absolutely.
I mean, trainers are probably the worst at not pushing themselves unless they're trying to, like, if they're, like, get ready to compete or something like that.
Right, you almost have to have a challenge out there to make sure you do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When you're doing it as often as you are, it's easy to get a little slack.
It's easy to fall into a rut and to get unmotivated, and that's why I changed gyms, you know, that I work out. That's why I went, you know, because I was at Anytime for such a long time, for 3 years, and I trained there, I did my clients there, and I did my workout there. And after a while, it's like so mundane. That's why I switched, and now I'm working out at a different gym. You know what I'm saying? A gym I never really thought I would work at, which is kind of funny, but I'm actually really enjoying it. But
it is kind of funny.
You know, the workouts are, it's just you have to refresh yourself. Sometimes you need a refresher.
Right.
You need to step away and go do something different somewhere else. You know what I mean?
I'm on board with that.
Liven it up a little bit, people. And that I'm doing tomorrow.
Shake it up.
I'm shaking up Ange Fitco tomorrow. I'm going to a whole new gym. It's going to be so weird. Like I put on my social media tonight, I feel like a little girl who's like, it's the night before, you know, Christmas or the night before your birthday, but it's also the night before the first day of school too. So it's like you're super excited, but you're really nervous at the same time to like walk into a new place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I don't know anybody. I mean, my clients are going with me almost every single one. 90%, I'd say, are going with me.
Yeah, impressive.
90%, I'd say, are going with me, so I will have them. But, you know, there's going to be a whole other group of people because, you know, the owner of the gym has his group of people, and I don't think I know any of them. So it's going to be interesting, but it's exciting because it's, you know, it's a chance to build new relationships, and I'm pretty good at building new relationships, so I'm excited to be a part of a new family, I suppose.
It's going to be cool. Yeah, it'll be fun for you. I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be, the setup is your speed for sure.
It is, and I just feel like too that, you know, when you've been I've been, like I said, at Anytime for 3 years, which I loved and can't have zero complaints. But sometimes you do need new scenery to get everybody remotivated, even myself. Like, you know, sometimes I just feel like I'm like, okay, we're going to do this workout today, let's go. Instead of, you know, because you're just kind of like over it. You know?
It's easy to fall into that.
So anyway, we will see what happens. But it's been an emotional week because I'm a very emotional person. So I think I've experienced every emotion out there this week. I'm pretty sure. I've been happy, I've been sad, I've been nervous, I've been excited, I've been doubtful, you know, it's just everything.
Yes, you have.
Every emoji in your phone. It's
been a rough week.
I mean, it's been rough. It's not been rough in the fact that, like, it's been hard. It's just been
just the up and down. It's exhausting when I say rough. I don't mean it's just an exhausting emotionally for you.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you know, Jeff's still Ubering and gone most of the time. How's that going, by the way?
It's going pretty good.
You liking it?
Yeah. Yes, I like it.
You find yourself on the west a lot, though.
I found myself on the west side. Yeah, I had that deal yesterday on the west.
You did a deal on the west?
No, but somebody did.
Again?
No. I had to go to the west side, and I went to an area that I'd never been.
What?
Yeah.
You're from here. How's that?
It's a weird setup. It's like when you're going down, you know where Charleston Department Store is? Mm-hmm. Across the street. Have you ever seen that little hill that goes up?
I don't pay attention.
Yeah, you wouldn't. It was taking me to this road to turn off of, and it said access. It just said access. And then you go up this hill, this like slope, and you go up, and all of a sudden there's all these houses and stuff up there. Oh. There's houses, and so I drove up there. I went around, then I went over this hill, and then there are these houses that were straight ghetto.
Interesting.
Like mattresses.
You
on the
know
front
what?
porch.
Charleston, or at least our area of West Virginia, is known for that. Like even driving into our neighborhood, which we live in a nice neighborhood, there's some. Well, they're not trash. Well, some of them are. But what I'm saying is, like, there's a lot of areas like that. Like super nice house, super nice house, super nice house, rundown trailer.
Yeah.
It's weird.
None of them were that nice. But anyway.
Oh, I thought you said they were nice houses.
Did I say nice? They're nicer than the ones that I'm.
Well, maybe I fell asleep and misunderstood. I'm sorry. Go ahead with your story. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, I go down this hill and I'm like, what did I get myself into? What am I doing? where am I going and who I'm going to pick up? Because the house that I pulled up
you're
in front
picking
of,
somebody up?
yeah. So the house I was going to, that I pull over and I was waiting. I was like, who's this person? And then I look and I see a guy coming off a porch, and he's dressed normally. He's upper 20s. He's got khaki shorts on, a nice polo and a hat, and he jumps in the car and he's like, "Bro, get me the fuck out of here." And I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you."
Oh, wow.
He's like, "Seriously, man, we got to get out of here. This freaking crack house."
It was a crack house?
I mean, that's just the general term, the
Oh.
drug house, whatever. But I was like, "Yeah, it seems like a rough area." He's like, "Yeah, I've never been here." I was like, "Well, what's going on?" He's like, I came over here with my buddy." I was like, "Oh, your buddy might have a problem." He's like, "Yeah, apparently he has a drug problem." And I was like, "What's the story?" He was like, "Well, we were just hanging out. I hadn't seen him forever, and he was in town." And he's like, I got to run over here and see somebody. And so he's like, I'm riding with him. So we pull up at this house, really sketchy, which I saw. He said, so we go in, there's like this woman on the couch, like slumped over. Looks like she's dead with a needle in her arm.
Oh, my gosh.
And then those guys get drugs out to do, and they're like trying to talk me into doing it. And they're like, just try him, man, just try him. And he's like, I'm out of here. So he's like, that's when I called the Lyft.
You saved the day. You're such a hero.
That's what he said. He was like, you saved me, man. You got me out of here. Thank you. But I mean, he was like, my buddy was clean cut, and he's like, had it together. But I guess a couple months ago, this guy went to the music festival, and they tried different drugs at the music festival. But he's like, thing is, you have to come home from the music festival. And if you have something that you got to have again, if you get addicted to something,
see, that's the
you
scary
end
thing.
up on the west side. It's one thing when you're just with all your friends and stuff, hanging out, having a good time, and you're like, oh, give me a hit of that. And it's weed. It's like, okay, whatever. But you're like, let's try this. And you think it's, because you're at this music festival, you're just going to try to have fun. It's going to be over, right?
Yeah,
well,
that's
not if
scary.
you're addictive personality, or you get addicted, or
Right.
if you're just a person that does heroin, then you're going to be addicted. Then you end up freaking in some crack house
On the west side.
way deep in the west side.
That's scary.
Looking for drugs, right?
That's really scary.
Yeah. So
The Miranda Lambert concert was in town this weekend as well. And so, did you have some country chicks?
yeah, a few.
Some cowboy hats, some cowboy boots?
Couple, yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun.
Yeah, it was alright.
Did you give them the aux cord?
No,
You don't offer people the aux cord?
it's not long enough.
You should get a longer one. I hear that's a thing.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That you need to offer your riders the aux cord.
I might have to do that. I might have to purchase me a longer aux cord.
Yeah.
Right?
But it might come back to bite you in the butt, especially on Miranda Lambert night. Is it right? Am I
Yeah.
saying that? Is that who was here?
Yes, Miranda Lambert.
Okay. Because then they're going to want to listen to country. And I don't think Eve should play country. Eve is my car that you Uber with. I think that it should be an anti-country. We should get a sticker made that says the word country and like maybe has some cowboy boots in it and then the big circle with the X through it.
Okay.
You might not get some right. Because, I mean, everybody in West Virginia
Yeah, I
listens to
can't do
country.
that. If I'm going to give them the aux cord, I just got to deal with it so I can maybe get a tip. Which reminds me of the girl that I gave a ride from. I picked her up, and I hate this. I picked her up at, and this is for everybody out there listening. If you're going to get an Uber or a Lyft and you're going to make a stop on your way home,
Oh, gosh.
here's how this went. Don't do this. I get her at urgent care in South Charleston, and then I have to make a stop at CVS in Dunbar, right?
Right.
So she has to go into CVS at Dunbar, and she had to get her prescription, but it hadn't been filled yet.
Right?
So I sat in the parking lot for 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's bad.
So crushed my timing. Like, it killed my timing for today. Like, that's what killed me.
That's bad.
So
Was that today?
that was today. So then I had to, really nice girl. She was very apologetic. But regardless, you get there, you know what you do?
What?
You just can't. If you got to get a prescription filled, if it's not ready for you,
You just got to come back another time.
you just you just cancel it. You just make it
Oh,
a trip, and then
okay.
you hit up another
Yeah.
Uber when you get done getting your stuff, right?
Right.
Or in the mid, you see you're checking out, hit for an Uber, and then you just hang out there until they get there,
Right.
instead of making some dude wait for nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's a short ride anyway, so it wasn't a long ride. But so I took her from there to the CVS, and then when she finally got back in the car, I took her to State, West Virginia State. She's a student there. But I talked to her on the way there, and I was like, so, we talked about several things. Basically, I was asking her about what she's majoring in, what year she was, blah, blah, blah. She's a junior, and she is from Maryland. And I was like, what in the world brought you to West Virginia, from Maryland? And she said, one of my teachers, I was really slacking my senior year, they said, you need to apply to WVU. Anybody can get WVU. Like, they accept everybody. And she's like, okay. So she applied, thinking she applied to WVU, but she applied to West Virginia State.
Oh, gosh.
And she said she came to visit anyway because she got accepted. She came to visit, and she was like, it was so beautiful
What?
that I just decided to go to West Virginia State.
What was beautiful?
And she said her first year here, she hated Charleston. She hated West Virginia, but now she loves it, and she doesn't want to leave.
Wow.
Yeah. So she fell in love with West
See, there's
Virginia.
somebody for everybody.
So,
That's the moral of the story.
There's somebody for everybody. But what I was the whole story revolves around me not getting a tip.
I was just going to say, surely she tipped you well. Okay, so here's the thing.
Unless it comes in. This was today, so I'm going to update you. If sometimes people wait and they tip, like I get tips coming in 2 days after they rode with me. So
Yeah,
she might tip me.
she might.
I don't know.
I think that if I asked an Uber to make a special stop and I took forever, I'd be like, man, I will tip you to make up for this. I'm so sorry. I would definitely do that. You'll have to update us. Speaking of an update, I was just going through my notes a minute ago. Remember a few podcasts back when we were talking about quarterbacks?
Tom Brady.
We were talking about Tom Brady being the
GOAT.
arguable, like that term. But remember when? But remember when I said I was going to research the
Oh, yeah,
quarterbacks
good-looking
and see who
quarterbacks.
was?
Yeah.
I bet no one guessed.
No one guessed what?
You didn't even guess who I picked to be the all-time cutest one.
Do I know?
Yes, we talked about this.
Oh, it was that guy, the drag queen looking
He's
guy.
not a drag queen, I'm pretty sure.
Well, he would make a very good drag queen, is all I'm saying.
But you didn't.
Nothing against
you
drag
didn't think I
queens.
was going to pick him, did you?
No, I didn't really.
Who did you think? You thought that one guy, but again, I'm not really into like really pretty boys. What's that guy's name? That like, not Tom Brady.
Oh,
Is it
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo?
Yeah, the guy
Nope.
banging porn stars and
Nope. Not my kind. Not my type. My type.
my type.
Nope. It's Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
I don't know. There's something
Hey,
about his
hey.
eyes.
Yeah.
He's got these like piercing eyes.
Whatever
So
does
Derek Carr,
it for you.
if you're listening, you can sleep well tonight knowing that I've picked you over everyone, and I'm someone.
She wants you to slide into her DM.
No, please don't. I don't need all that.
You'll get like a fake Derek Carr sliding
I've
into your
got
DM later.
enough DM slides. I don't need that.
Derek Carr's going to slide into your DM. He's going to have 18 followers.
Right. If the Derek Carr with the little blue
With
check mark
millions,
slides
yeah,
in, we may talk.
Yeah.
But
See if you can get some tickets.
anyone else that's posing as Derek Carr or who was it? Oh, who was it that was that? Oh, who was it that was sliding into my DM that wasn't the real one? Oh, come on, bald head. Remember we were laughing about it. He was posing as not
Can't remember
not The
now.
Rock, but you know come on,
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel was sliding into your DM.
Yeah, right.
He even had a picture of Vin Diesel
I
on there and
know.
all that. So, like, come on, man. Some
He kept calling me beautiful angel.
Vin Diesel, all right.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right, are we done?
We're totally done.
Okay.
We out.
All right, bye.